y'all, and welcome to my channel. I am Bethany Shanae. Come with me while I meal prep my carnivore meals for the week. I started out by boiling 8 eggs. These individual bags are my pre-portioned meats that I freeze. I defrost them in a giant bowl so meat juice doesn't leak everywhere. These are some boneless country ribs. I seasoned it with some all-purpose rub. Yes, it does have some sugar in it. Garlic powder and meat tenderizer seasoning, which is pretty much super seasoned salt. I like to use it as a salt replacement in a lot of recipes. There, I was just adding a little bit of Tony Sasseries and a little bit more garlic powder. And I'm adding some Ray's no sugar added barbecue sauce. These are going to be barbecue ribs. Now, I did this. This is the first time I've ever cooked like this, and I actually really liked it. I'm putting those at the bottom of a pan with a grate in it. And then I'm also going to put some wings on top. These are whole wings. I did the seasonings that you see on the screen there. When I'm putting the wings on the grate, I'm tucking the tips in between the grates so they don't get burnt. You saw the seasonings on the screen again for these pork chops. Now, these are not as thick as I typically like them, but these are pretty good just to get a quick cook on. And I'm going to season both sides, of course. Now, what you didn't see is in between each of these clips, I did wash my hands and the bowl. So the oven is preheated at 375, I believe. And then now I'm baking my bacon. I like to cut my big packs of bacon in half and then keep them in a Ziploc in the refrigerator. And that way it also fits better in a pan and in a skillet. So I did cover it with a little bit of that all-purpose seasoning. Now I'm making some meatballs here. This is 73% lean ground beef. I did put a little bit of stir-fry sauce in there with some garlic powder, onion powder, and I mixed it around. Now these came out super, super moist, y'all. Like, these were so good. And I realized it's because I did not really compact it down when I mixed it. I just lightly kind of stirred it around with my hands, and when I'm rolling them in a ball, I'm not squishing it tight. I'm allowing it to stay a little bit more of a loose roll, and because of that, a lot of the fat was actually able to stay in the meatball, which on carnivore and keto is a good thing. It kept them moist, and the only reason why I honestly even ended up doing this is because I thought I grabbed yum yum sauce, but my hands were full and I got distracted, and it turned out to be stir-fry sauce. Now here is some more ground beef. I'm putting all the seasonings that you saw on the screen in there. I'm simply getting this seasoned up. I'm gonna just cook this in my cast iron skillet just to get it all browned up and be able to use it as tacos and whatnot. All right, y'all, and that's how I made it. I'm so excited. So this is probably a little over a pound of ground beef. It was 73.27. So I did pour off, I didn't pour off any of the fat. It's down at the bottom. But I did cook it a little longer, so some of it, I believe, evaporated, if that's scientifically accurate. I just watched the fat slowly reduce. These are the bacon, as you saw. They're super good. Some pieces are a little less charred than the others, like this one, which I like. I found that when I was on the carnivore diet before, in my industry where I work, we have a lot of vendors come through that bring cookies, pastries, kolaches, which is a Texas thing. If you're from the Bay Area, it's like a zombie. And if you're not from the Bay Area, look up Concord or Bay Area zombies. They're delicious. Actually better than a kolache. But anyway, vendors bringing Chick-fil-A, tacos, food trucks. They bring in a ton of stuff. And I found last time that if I wanted to snack on something, I would just reach in my mini fridge and grab a couple of these half slices. This is a half slice of bacon. When I buy my bacon, I cut the whole pack in half, stick it in a Ziploc, and I refrigerate it. So these are half slices, so I can just grab one, eat it, and I found that helped me stay on track on the days that I was successful. Here are the country style ribs. I poured all the juices in here because since they cooked below the pork chops and the wings, all of those fats kind of mixed with the barbecue sauce down below, along with the rendered fat from the wings, and I will just use some of that to re-moisturize the wings when I microwave them, because I want to make sure that they aren't dry when I reheat them. These are the pork chops. these are the first things besides the bacon that I have that doesn't have juice in it, so I can show it to you a little better. These are gonna be super delicious. I just use your favorite spice blends. I am not very good. I don't track my seasonings, and I'm one of those people that just I season with my soul. You know, sometimes I'll say I season till my ancestors tell me to stop. These are, like I said at the beginning, some stir-fry seasoned meatballs. I meant to get Yum Yum sauce by G Hughes, but their stir-fry sauce was next to it, and I was so distracted with my arms full, I accidentally grabbed the stir-fry sauce, so I made the best of it. And I mixed some of that in here with some other spices. As you saw, these came out so moist. And if you notice when I was making them, I didn't compact them. I just lightly rolled them together. And because of that, I feel like a lot of the fat stayed in here. I did pour off probably about a cup or more of fat and meat juices that rendered off of this. I poured it out. And then here is the sauce, the fat that I got from cooking the bacon. Because since I just lightly seasoned them, this isn't going to be super seasoned, and I'll use this instead of butter on the days that I decide to make some eggs for breakfast. I also have 8 boiled eggs here that I actually forgot about until just now. I'm going to peel these, put them in another container, and that will be another protein. So in less than 2 hours, I've made, let's say this is 2 servings, 2 servings, 2 servings, 1, 2. So 2, 4, 6, 8, 9, plus a snack, and then plus, probably, technically, plus another snack. So I made 9 meal servings, as well as plenty of bacon and boiled eggs for snacks to keep me on track, and some rendered fat to replace butter, which, as I've said before, is $4 a pound. So any fat that I can save and render from the meats that I cook, I will be using. Anyway, thank you guys so much for coming back to see today's video. I hope you guys try some of these recipes. Remember, season with your heart and season with the seasonings that you enjoy. Technically, seasonings are not on the carnivore diet, but at this point, I am in a transition period to get back to it. Therefore, I'm going to use whatever I need to that doesn't make me feel ill, like some seed oils can, to make that transition a little easier. And then once I move forward, I will try removing some of the spices. But for now, this is what I did. This is what I made, and I'm very happy with it. I think this is setting me up for a very successful week on the carnivore diet, especially since I have such a large variety of flavors here. And again, this took less than 2 hours, okay? So, thank you guys so much for coming to see today's video, and I look forward to coming up with some new carnivore recipes. I will definitely be having to put out my jalapeno popper stuffed blackened pork chop recipe at some point soon, once I get some Neufchâtel and decide to incorporate dairy. As you can tell, I'm not using dairy this week and most likely next week. So anyway, you guys, I'm done rambling. I am so exhausted and tired, and I want to put this away and relax. So thank you guys again. I am Bethany Shanae, and if you enjoyed this video or any of my other videos on my channel, please make sure you like, comment, share, and subscribe. I'd love to chat with you guys in the comments below, hear your story, any tips, tricks, channel suggestions, recipe ideas, or pointers that you've gotten from your own journey. Anyway, thank y'all, and I'll see you on the next one.